it's time to provide a course update. Yeah, to start with the greens. So we're 3 applications into the Postemergent management sort of eradication program, and as we can sort of see from the results, it's working really well. So basically we've got one more application to go, which will be the end of the month. There's been a couple of greens, probably in particular the 17th is probably the most noticeable, where it's sort of, yeah, it's rebounded out a little bit. So the last application we went out at the highest rate, just to try and knock it over, and we may have to do that again in this application coming up. But yeah, really happy with the progress. Now, I suppose all we're sort of really waiting to happen now is for the bent grass to really sort of start actively growing, and then we'll start to see all those sort of areas that have where the Postemergent was. We'll start to see a lot more new growth come through, and they will yeah, just even up in terms of grass coverage over them. So, but all in all, it's worked really well. It's done what it's meant to do, which is good, and it's still provided a really good putting surface. If anything, it's probably definitely added a little bit more speed to them. So again, August has been great for us in that sense. We've had, you know, beautiful sunny skies, as you can sort of see from today, which is, you know, again helps with the bent grass. So all we need is a little bit of the overnight temperatures to warm up, and looks like definitely the weeks coming up, there's a little bit more of that happening, so that's really good. So yeah, all in all, really happy with the way the greens are progressing. We've got some, the course closed, I think it's the 12th of September or the second week in September, just for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for renovations. We won't be pulling a hollow core out of the greens this season. We might do it later in the year, but it'll be a very small time, so minimal disruption. Sorry. But yeah, this season, this sort of renovations coming up, all we'll do is do a verticut. So all we want to do is sort of remove a little bit of the old Postemergent voids, create sort of some channels for the bent grass to grow, and it'll also just help stimulate the growth of the bent grass as well. So we'll also do a bayonet tine, which is what we did about 4 weeks ago. We'll put that through there as well, and there'll be a dusting. So that program won't be too invasive or anything like that. So it'll be quite nice. So it's just on the renovations. We'll also be probably more concentrating, in particular, probably the front 9 fairways and some of the tee decks as well, tee boxes as well. So they'll receive whether it's a verticut or a light scarify. Mostly just trying to remove some of the Postemergent that's in the front 9 fairways. All in all, they're pretty tidy, particularly the 5th and the 6th are really nice and tidy. But yeah, we're just trying to sort of remove some of that, but also we're starting to see growth in the Sanorana now, so that'll sort of take a little bit of that puffiness out. We're starting to sort of see scalping when we're mowing as well, so all we're trying to do is sort of manage that thatch level. That won't be too aggressive. So yeah, but we also, when you do scarify, it does stimulate the Sanorana as well. So yeah, that'll sort of again try and help encourage it to grow sideways, but also it'll smother over the legend that's out there as well. So front 9 fairways are really good shape. The back 9 fairways, last week we put a Postemergent or something to try and clean up the winter grass that's in the back 9 fairways. So that's why it was closed last Thursday. It just requires a lot of water. The sort of chemistry itself, yeah, it requires sort of 13 to 20 odd mil of irrigation on top of that to actually break the molecule down to become active in the soil then. So that's taken up through the root zone. So yeah, that's gone out, and 4 weeks following that we'll go out with some products that are leaf applied. So first we've attacked it from the root system, and then we'll attack it through the leaf system as well. But the most encouraging sign of this has been the sort of Sanorana that we're starting to see come in through those fairways out on the back 9. So that's really good. And obviously we'll get through this little bit of period there where it's quite a bit of pyrania in the back 9 fairways, as we can sort of see what the results were like last year compared to what the fairways are there on the front 9 now. So I'm sure they'll come to us really well and they'll be really good. So that pretty much wraps up the sort of the playing surfaces. The only other things that we'll be doing is installing the path in behind the second green there. So obviously there was some turf laid that was down through there. It hasn't really held together very well, just with the sort of lack of irrigation and all that through there. So we'll put a gravel path in there. It will sort of wind down the slope a little bit. If we go straight down, it'll feel a little bit too steep. So it'll sort of wind down there. So that will do. We'll also just install a path just near our main putting green. There's quite a lot of sort of foot traffic that walks up towards their cars up that way. So yeah, we'll install a path in that zone there as well. And then this week we've been doing some bunker work, so basically all that is just levelling the floors out. So a lot of sand is near some of the exit points, so basically we've pulled some of that sand away, redistributed it back in the bunker. Some of the faces, the immediate faces have got quite long, so we've sort of steepened them up to a point as well. And there's obviously just some areas that are deteriorated as well. So yeah, we've tidied those up. Just on that, we really appreciate if our members and golfers just can exit the bunker from the lowest point. When we are walking up the faces and exiting out the top end, it's really a fragile bunker surroundings. So really appreciate it if you can exit out the lowest point. It's obviously not too bad at the moment, not having to rake the bunkers, so yeah, just exit out through the lowest point would be great. And then the vegetation, we've basically finished tidying up most of the course this season. So obviously the front 9 was completed. We've been working out here on the back 9. Most of that is sort of completed now as well to a point. And all it is now is sort of continue to sort of weed management through there. Obviously we've been through the site as well, sprayed all the weeds and the bidu bush and all that, including sort of a lot of stuff that's on our boundaries. So yeah, we've tidied all those up as well. But yeah, that's probably everything from me. Yeah, spring's on its way. It's great. Thanks.